We've looked at companions on this channel from our favourites in the Dragon Age series to even what we think makes a good companion, but we've never really looked at the companions we love in our favourite series, Mass Effect. Hi, this is Rima from Odyssey Gaming, and today I'll be looking at my favourite companions in the Mass Effect series. Similarly to our list in the Dragon Age series, these won't be in any specific order, but will be based upon their skill, personality, and impact they had in my party throughout my playthrough. And with that introduction out of the way, let's get into it. Wrex is hands down the most badass and well-intentioned Krogan in the Mass Effect series. When you first meet him, he's as imposing as any other Krogan merc, who just happens to be going after Fist, the shady owner of Chora's Den, who you also happen to be interested in. But Wrex, as the series progresses, represents the potential the Krogans could be. He seems to hold the survival of his people at the centre of most of his motivations, but also recognises what the Krogans have become and how they've ended up here. He wants a future for the Krogans where they can build something for themselves, overcome the genophage, and hold their own against all the other races. But Wrex is also a great companion, being one of the last Krogan battle masters. He has a great combination of combat and biotic abilities, making him basically unstoppable in the field. KASUMI will not be the only DLC character on here, and that's probably a testament to how much I love these characters, but also my biggest gripe, considering they were not included in the main game. KASUMI is a talented thief and infiltrator who has a knack for breaking into and out of dangerous places, especially with her ability to stealth, sneak, and take out enemies pretty easily. Though we don't get to learn as much about her as some of the other characters in the game, we learn about KG, her partner, who she fell in love with and who died, leaving her chasing his grey box of memories. KASUMI's relationship with KG and the secret that led to his death are also explained in the Mass Effect Foundation comic series, showing how heartbreaking her loss was, and explaining some of her reasoning in Mass Effect 2. Everyone can probably agree on one fact, that Tali is extremely likeable and adorable. From the moment you meet her, she's willing to put the good over her own well-being, from trying to deliver the information against Saren in Mass Effect 1, to helping her people retake Rannoch. Tali also has some naivety to her, developing into a strong, tested character by the end of Mass Effect 3, standing on her own merits. She starts off as a young quarry on her pilgrimage, who's fascinated by all the new experiences she goes through, but is then forced to learn what she knows and what she expects aren't what they seem, from her father to the nature of the Geth quarrying conflict. Plus she's a very adorable drunk, only rivaled by Grunt. And speaking of Grunt, I love my baby boy Grunt. He shows a side of the Krogans we haven't really seen. Till we meet Grunt, Krogans have just been mainly mercs, guns for hire, and a far cry from the noble ancient Krogans thought to have existed in the past. Grunt, on the other hand, is a tank-bred, quote-unquote perfect Krogan, genetically created to be the pinnacle of the Krogan form. However, though he has imprinted memories, he lacks a prejudice, history, and more importantly the wounds other Krogans have. Lacking a purpose lets you join Grunt as he figures out what or who he is, goes through puberty, and finds some sense of belonging. You literally get to see Grunt on a journey of self-discovery, making you feel like a proud mama when you get to see him turn into the purposeful, determined Krogan we get to meet again in Mass Effect 3. Dr. Liara T'Soni starts off the series as the Asari in a bubble, a helpless, idealistic archaeologist who finds anything and everything Prothean fascinating, holding them to some higher standard than anything in the Milky Way. But her adventures with Shepard, her dealings with the Reapers, JAVIK, and the Shadow Broker somewhat break her, make her grow up, and make her question her own place and significance in the universe. But Liara is also an extremely talented biotic, coming into her own in the Shadow Broker DLC during Mass Effect 2, when she steps away from being a damsel in distress to a powerhouse of biotic ability, taking on a Spectre and the Shadow Broker himself. I guess everyone has their preference between KAIDAN and Ashley, and that probably determines their choice on Virmire, and my choice was KAIDAN. Though both Ashley and KAIDAN are extremely loyal to the Alliance, even turning them somewhat against Shepard when they learn about their connections to Cerberus, there are two reasons I like KAIDAN over Ashley. First is his approach to others. He's always accepting of those around him and tries to stand up for those who can't stand up for themselves, always encouraging Shepard to do the same. Plus, with his Sentinel abilities boosted by his unstable L2 implants, he makes a great support companion to have in the field. Another DLC companion, JAVIK probably does something none of the other companions on this list do, adds significantly to the lore of the game world. Through JAVIK we had to learn a lot more about the Protheans and about their war with the Reapers, and also breaking some of the misconceptions we've had about this perfect ancient race. JAVIK is also extremely likeable, to me anyway. He's brash, honest, and pretty negative, understandable, after seeing his civilization fall. But it's awesome to see how JAVIK channels all this frustration and grief into fighting the Reapers, but also how he sees how he could help save others and how he starts to appreciate his current surroundings. I think I honestly felt the worst when Legion died. It's amazingly cool to see how BioWare made a synthetic, seemingly unfeeling AI character feel so much like a character. Legion's bashful, prideful, and even tries to achieve some form of humor. He's also constantly colliding with what the series has suggested the Geth are like, learning about the quote-unquote Geth society and how they're more like organic civilizations than other races seem to realize, making the synthetic-organic conflict a lot more muddier. Legion, much like my last two entries on this list, is also an awesome sniper who can provide great support to you in the field, which becomes hugely apparent when he tries to have your back throughout Mass Effect 2. THANE is the most tragic, but probably the coolest companion you have, and one of 3 that you just can't save as much as you try. Trust me. He's got a terminal condition, but his Drell physiology also makes it so that he can remember everything in startling detail, from meeting his wife to losing her, to every assassination he's undertaken. Regardless of this, he's pretty stoic, keeping a very calm demeanor throughout the series, even in the face of death, only cracking if you pursue a romance with him, forcing him to realize he has a lot more to lose than he realized. You know I had to put GARRUS somewhere on this list. He's the definition of an excellent companion. He's extremely skilled, being a great support character with his high impact shots, and can deal a heck of a lot of damage with his sniper, but he's also probably got the best personality. When you meet him in Mass Effect 1, he's determined to get Saren, forcing him to leave C-Sec and leading him down a questionable path where he believes that the end justifies the means. After the events of the Homeworlds comic, GARRUS has lost his team, nearly lost his life as Archangel, allowing you to either help him get his vengeance and ruin a bit of his idealism, or help him get past the grief and trauma that he's suffered. Regardless, during Mass Effect 3, GARRUS is pretty much Shepard's greatest support, propping the commander up through some of the toughest parts of the game, leading to the goodbye in London, and regardless of romance, it still has to be one of my favourite lines in the entire series, and maybe even in gaming.
We're a team, Garrus. There's no Shepard without Vakarian, so you better remember to duck.
Sorry, Turians don't know how, but I'll improvise. And Shepard, forgive the insubordination, but this old friend has an order for you. Go out there and give them hell. You were born to do this.
So those are my favourite companions in the Mass Effect series, and they've all really had special places in my heart and my party from time to time. But the fun part of these lists are the fact that they're so personal, so let me know what your favourite companions in the Mass Effect series are in the comments below. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and please share this video to help the channel grow. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.